I'm 54 years old and I have issues with my face. But you want to know what my top issue is right now? It's not this sagging neck. Well, that is a top issue. It's not the top issue. It's not the marionette lines that I'm getting here. It's not the eye bags. It's not the drooping eyelids. Guys, I know there's a lot that happens when you get older. It is my forehead lines. So if you're new here, I'm Phaedra from All Things Phaedra, and I am not a beauty influencer. I am just a middle-aged woman like you. You might be a man, that's okay too. And we are trying to fight this whole aging thing as best we can, not because we want to look like some unobtainable beauty standard, but because we want to look like a better version of ourselves. Maybe like even a younger version of ourselves that we liked a little bit better when we looked in the mirror. The thing is, I'm not into surgery. I'm not into fillers. I'm not into injections. If you are, that's totally fine. But for me, I am looking for all the things that I can do more superficially to not only improve the health of my skin, but to improve the appearance of my skin. Right now, my issue are these forehead lines. And for many, many years, I had a very smooth forehead. Even when I wrinkled my forehead, the lines never stayed. Well, now I wake up and they're deep. And this is good lighting right now, but the lines bother me. And so I keep seeing videos for this. These are Frownies facial patches. If you've heard of Frownies, this is not a new product. They've been around, I don't know, like 100 years. They've been around a long time, and apparently it is like an old Hollywood secret. What this is basically a Botox in a box, maybe I'll call it. It is a way to train your muscles to not keep making these movements and exacerbate the wrinkles on your forehead. Now, there are lots of videos out there. So why am I doing a video for this product that's been out forever? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when you see these videos online, you see people pulling these patches off and their forehead is completely smooth. And you're like, wow, that works. But let me tell you, those videos are done as soon as you wake up, as soon as you pull them off. Now, I wore Frownies last night. You can still see my lines, right? It looked extremely smooth this morning when I woke up, because here's what they don't tell you. You need to wear these every night for at least 30 days, and they say up to 12 weeks. So let's talk about what you get with Frownies. This is what's inside the box. This whole accordion, 144, I don't know if it's pieces of paper or strips, but you get a pretty big accordion of these, and each one is perforated. And if you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but each piece of paper has 4 separate patches. And on the back of the paper is an adhesive. This is not high-tech beauty here. And what you're going to do with this is you are going to wet the back of it and you are going to apply it to your forehead. Let me walk you through how I do it in the evening. So you're going to want to wash your face and apply your skincare like you normally would. But you want to wait until all of it is completely absorbed, because you want to have a surface that these Frownies are going to stick to. You're going to pull the Frownies apart into the 4 separate pieces, and you're going to just apply a little bit of water to the back, just enough to moisten the adhesive and get it ready for your forehead. You want to get in close, and you want to kind of pull your skin a little bit and apply the Frownie patches. Now, I only use 4 on mine, but some people actually cover their entire forehead, and I think that really depends on the number of lines that you have, and if you have the 11s right here, which I do not, because some people go down here. So I'm just focused on these lines up here. And so once they're on, they're gonna start to harden pretty quickly, and by the morning, it'll feel like you've just paper mache'd your forehead. So when you wake up, they say to moisten it with water to loosen the adhesive. I gotta be honest, most mornings I just rip it off and then use a warm washcloth to help clean off any adhesive, and then proceed with my morning routine. I am going to use these every day for at least 30 days and show you the real results, not just the immediate results. And we'll see what happens. Well, it's been over 30 days since I started my journey with the Frownies facial patches. And like I said, this is a pretty low-tech option for somebody who wants the results of Botox but doesn't really want to inject, pig toxin into their foreheads. If that's you, no judgment, but that's not for me. This is my last set of patches, and let me tell you what has changed over the course of 30 days and what my final thoughts are. So the first thing I will say is probably most of the way through the month, I kind of figured out that I probably wasn't wearing enough of the patches. Really what they want you to do is to create this giant cast across your entire forehead, where you're pretty much covering every possible area of your facial muscles, your forehead muscles. The reason for that is kind of twofold. They want to lift the skin away from the muscle so that the muscle can't really move, that it is forced to relax. And I feel like I got that effect with the way I applied the patches. But if I were to do this a second month, I would probably do even more patches, even though my forehead isn't completely covered with wrinkles. With that being said, I want to talk about the results, the initial results and the final results. The initial results are when I first started using it, I got a headache. And that could be because your forehead isn't used to just kind of staying still. It's kind of forcing your muscles to lay flat. So for whatever reason, I got a headache, but it was pretty short-lived. The other thing is that I felt like, and this happens with Botox as well, that my eyes were kind of a little bit lowered. I think I naturally raise my eyes a lot like this. I think that's where a lot of the lines on my forehead have come from. I think I naturally raise my eyebrows to give my eyes a little lift, and that in turn gives you the creases on the forehead. So I feel like in relaxing that muscle, it sort of made my eyes droop, and that is something that happens with Botox as well. I can't say that I mind it. It's just something that I noticed. So let's skip to the very end and let's talk about the results. And this is why I started this test in the first place. The ads that you see on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever you see this, the results are amazing. And you know what? I agree with that. When you first take that patch off of your forehead, it is completely smooth, not a line in sight. But what happens as you go throughout the day, as you start to use your forehead, as you start to use facial expressions? Well, the lines come back. So if you're looking for a long-term solution, I'm going to come up close so you can kind of see the lines. They're there. Of course, they're there when I crease my forehead, but when I stop creasing my forehead, they're still there. So the lines are still there. Is it something that over a longer period of time, perhaps it would train my muscles to relax and the lines would go away? Maybe, but everything I've read about eliminating lines, whether it's on your forehead or on your face, is really more about hydration and plumping. So it's probably twofold. You want to relax the muscles, but you also want to plump that skin on the surface. And that is something that is typically done with filler, or it's typically done with some skincare cosmetics. I think Frownies are a good alternative to Botox, but do I think it's as good as they say online or as they show you online? For me, no. I would love to hear your Frownies experience, and if you do want to try it for yourself and share your experience with me, I do have an affiliate link down below, and all that means is that you make your same purchase and maybe I make a little something for putting in the time and effort to share this video with you. So thanks for joining me. I hope you'll come back, subscribe as we continue on this aging journey together.